Hey guys, welcome back. Or if you're new, hey, how's your week been? Mine has been good. So today I'm doing another Bendy book review. This one is actually in the video games. Bendy The Illusion of Living. So how about we just hop into it? So in this book, you start out with Nathan Arch saying he's gonna make some changes to the illusion of living. He's gonna put his own little commentary, that the right word, in it, and he's gonna, and he's like saying rest in peace to Joey Drew. Also, the guy who played Nathan Arch, Mark Dodson, passed away on like in my somewhere around March. So before we go any further, rest in peace. Moment of silence, please. Thank you guys. Rest in peace, bro. Rest in peace. So yeah, it's like Joey Drew is like, what's the illusion of living? Well, I'm gonna tell you this story. And he's like, because I guess I'm pretty sure a lot of people were asking him, and some like one of his like good friends was saying you should do it. He's like, okay, I will. Starts out with him living in like this house, a shoe store, because his dad owns it. His dad's a shoemaker, and the mom tells him he has elves. So he goes downstairs and he hears like noises, thinking, "Oh my gosh, he actually does have elves." No, he doesn't. I'm sorry to say this. His dad just has imaginary friends help him work on shoes, and his shoes are actually really good. I heard, and then he goes into the War One or the Great War, and he's like he met Nathan Archer there, and Walter and a girl. I don't remember the girl's name, but they were like talking and having a good time, and when he got transported away from her, he still sent her notes, but after the war, he never heard from her again. And he went through training and stuff, and he actually wasn't a big like book fan, I don't think. But during that his free time, he read every book. So also, there's like stars in this book. Nathan Arch, gonna find a page for you guys. So give me a second. All right, it's page 62. At the very bottom of this page, right here, this is Nathan Arch, and there's a star. So in one of these sentences, let me try and find it. Okay, it says, I knew before Donaldson and Eckhart had teased me that supposedly men who were real men, as someone maybe Arch had put it, and then there's a star right by it. And it said, definitely not me. So there will be like a star in a sentence, and Nathan Arch at the bottom will reply to that. That happens often in the book. Not like annoying, but it's pretty good actually. Oh yeah, so he works at a library, I think, for few times. He meets a girl named Abby, I believe. Abby isn't great at art, but she's decent. Uh, Abby makes Joey think art is cool, and then he actually trains Abby, or somewhat. Well, Abby isn't really good at art, so she actually goes to school to actually become a good artist and be at Joey Drew Studios. Also, Abby is friends with Henry, and that's how Henry and Joey meet in this book. Oh yeah, earlier in the book, he sees a guy like fall off a building, and he was like, and everybody's like, oh, he's not dead, but he's really hurt, and he's like, oh my gosh, that's terrible, but he's like, wow, that's really cool. Oh yeah, and before he meets Abby at the library, there's like a detective guy, and they're trying to find out who killed Walter. So the detective asks Joey a few questions, and he's like, "Oh, I met Walter one time with Nathan Archin during the war, and he just took pictures. I barely knew him, and that was it, really." And he actually works with the detective. He goes to the diner to talk with the witnesses and the family, and then like at one point they were getting like shot down, and they all survive. But then the detective catches him. He walks away, and he never sees him again. Sure, he hears him in newspapers, but that's it. He never goes with him again. I think he's pretty happy about that too. And yeah, he actually likes movies. He loves movies, and during the movies, it'll be like if there's no music, he said something about music. And it's like if there's no music, then there's really nothing to a movie. And music is really life. And like some guy will be playing the piano to draw out the audience, and that is important because he goes to the theater alone. Okay, that's a small detail, but it is a little bit more important later in the book. So Joey Drew Studios, he needs a mascot. He needs a mascot. Who could it be? Well, take a guess, guys. It's the little devil darling himself, Bendy. But he actually helps makes Abby like practice drawing the character or something. But then Abby tells Henry about this, and he's like, "Well, I don't." And Joey's like, "I don't really care for Henry," but Henry actually helps him, and with Henry's help making it, and Joey telling him stuff, Bendy was created, and they team up and be partners at Joey Drew Studios. But Henry and Joey had different a perspective, eye to eyes. Didn't have different goals or something like that. So Henry leaves, and Joey kind of treats him like a traitor. Like if you don't love Bendy, if you left the company, you don't love Bendy, you don't love work, you backstabber, kind of like that. But he doesn't like hate him or despise him. But he's not entirely happy that he's gone. Uh, yeah. So, oh yeah, but and when they're talking to Abby earlier in the book, earlier like page 90, they're like at this comedy bar or something. They're chilling with at this bar place, and he makes like this little comedy act, the angel and the devil. It's just devil bad, angel good, and has a good few jokes in there. Few, is this guy going to be a bad guy or is he going to be a good dude? That's basically it in that story. Abby is the angel and Joey's the devil, and many people like it. And fair enough. It was actually pretty funny. I want to say, okay, I'll take that back. It wasn't like incredibly funny. It had decent humor, but it was entertaining, I guess. And yeah, this is a Joey Drew origin story with Nathan Arch in there. Oh yeah, so then one time he's like, "Ah, man, I should have got like a storyboard music thing. I regret that." So he gets that, and he by meeting Jack Fane and Sammy Lawrence, that crazy guy. If you the guy with the bendy mask, for those people who don't remember, and he and Sammy's playing on the piano. Jack's being a funny guy. And he's like, and Sammy's like, "Do I know?" And like, okay, Joey was asking him, "Hey, you want to come here?" He's like, and Sammy's like neutral face. He's like, "Oh, do I know you?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I do know you. You're at the movie theater." And Joey's like, "Oh yeah, you're the guy who plays the piano in the movie theater." Now I remember. That's what I mentioned earlier, by the way. So they go get a tour, and Sammy's like, "I want to be the head department of the music department," and he does it. And Jack Fane also gets hired too, and so does Sammy. And he doesn't regret this either. He he gets like a napkin and starts at a restaurant and starts drawing something like Bendy Land in the four lands, like the dark star theme, light, and something like that. Okay, tiny land, big land, light land, dark land. That's the four like parts of Bendy Land. He just makes it up, draws it on a napkin. He's like, I need to find somebody. Nathan Arch is trying to give him advice. He Nathan Arch gives him advice throughout the whole book. He's just being a good friend the whole time. And okay, so he asks his buddy he calls like Bertram Piedmont in, the guy who made Bendy Land, and he's retired, but Joey manages to convince him to come back, and they do, and they work on the theme park. And Bendy is the dark land, Boris is the tiny land, the Butcher Gang is the giant land, and the light land is Alice. And yeah, that's really it. Oh yeah, there's like at the very end, it's like there's Joey Drew's schedule, what he does every day, And then it's like, here's how you can make good animation and a good story. And he tells you what the illusion of living is. So that's it for this book. That's basically the whole story. Oh, okay. Overall, this is a good book. Characters, likable. Joey is likable. Nathan Arch is likable. Walter, the detective. Abby, the madman, Sammy Lawrence. Henry, Stein, Jack Fane. All these characters were likable. Uh, sure, it's not scary because, like, it doesn't have any, like, horror in it. Which I know that could be a big bummer to you guys. Also, spoilers. I forgot about that. Man, how do I keep forgetting about that? Like every Goosebumps video, every like horror movie review, everything. Every review I've done, I like forget. I don't know why, but too late now. Spoilers. I'm gonna put in the description. So the cover art is decent. Andrea Cress. Yeah, Andrea Cress made this one, as well as the Lost one. Sure, it's not scary, but it ain't got no horror. It's a good origin story. It actually gives a more development of Joey Drew as a character, more of Sammy, more of the whole origin story of Bendy, and and how the people work there. So it's a good origin story. Uh, Good writing, good paced, good characters, good cover. Although there's not any horror in it, which kind of stinks, but that's okay. That's not the point of the book. The book is not supposed to be scary. It's supposed to be a Joey Drew origin story or a Bendy origin story. That's what the book is about. I'd give it a 8.4 out of 10, 4 out of 5 stars. Pretty good book. And I think that's it. I'd totally recommend this. I really do like it. I do like this book. Everything about it is really good, like I said. The writing is good, not just words. Pacing, everything I can think of is good. It's not a masterpiece. Okay, the cover art, I'll admit, is okay. It's not as good as the Lost ones, but yeah, it's good. I'd recommend it. All right, so maybe hit that like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.